Looks pretty nice out there this morning. Not bad. A few clouds around. It is the 30th of March. One more day in the month. Partly cloudy tomorrow, a 30% chance of showers, high of 82. Wednesday, a 40% chance of rain, a high of 83. And maybe a little bit better chance of rain as we go through the end of the work week and into our Easter weekend. We'll keep you updated. It's a little early to know exactly what it's going to do. But, yes, we may have a little rain in our forecast coming up. But we need it, Richard. You know, we had those high winds late last week, and they kept saying, don't burn anything. Things are too dry. Don't light any leaves on fire, and just, so definitely could use some of those showers. So maybe we'll get some of that today or through the rest of the work week.
I miss the days of burning leaves.
Do you?
We used to do that occasionally back in the day. I mean, we'd roll them up in cigarette papers. And
that's
different leaves?
Different thing.
Okay, no.
Yeah.
No, actually, we had a burn barrel at my house in Minneapolis. Everybody had an incinerator that you would light in the backyard, and it had air holes in the bottom and air holes in the top so that the air would flow through and the neighborhood would get filled with smoke. And, gee, I wonder why we stopped doing that. Burning garbage was like a stupid idea. There were better ways to get rid of that stuff.
Yeah.
Bury it under children's playgrounds. And,
you could do that.
Yeah, get the
That's
toxic
kind of
waste.
what we're doing now.
Put it in local tributaries and
landfills.
waterways and things of that nature. That's what we're after.
That's right where it needs to go.
Yeah, the lead paint, too. Best way to make that happen.
Not good.
9:07 with Dixon and Vining. Thank you for tuning in and hanging out with us here. eTech Communications, etech.cc, 200 phones, a virtual assistant, automatic call forwarding, everything you need for your business. And you can choose the phone. They got a lot of different varieties and things that will work for you, things that have got far too many bells and whistles. And you go, I wouldn't even ever learn how to work this thing. I don't need it. Give me something simpler. Or, oh, no, this is far too simple. I need something more complex. They can make it happen for you. etech.cc, eTech Communications. Save thousands with voice over IP. That is what they do at eTech Communications, etech.cc. Stan Price writes this, not to us, just in general. No kings explained for people who think they're fighting fascism. You're standing in a crowd on Saturday, you look around and think, yeah, no kings. This is what democracy looks like. You're holding a sign made by a communist billionaire who lives in Shanghai. That's true. You live in a constitutional republic, elections, term limits, a free press that spent 4 years calling the president a fascist without one journalist being arrested. The modern left's definition of fascism, you love your country? Well, you must be a fascist. You want to enforce the border? Racist. You think parents should raise their kids? Bigot. You want to know who's voting in your elections? Jim Crow. Being patriotic is fascism to the modern left. But every country's had borders and enforced them. 176 countries require ID to vote. That's the definition of a country. But the Democratic establishment told you otherwise, and you believed them. Congress has a 15% approval rating. 80% of Americans disapprove. 97% of incumbents still get reelected. Chuck Schumer, 46 years, longer than Stalin. Steny Hoyer, 45 years, longer than Mao. Mitch McConnell, 42 years, 5 times longer than Napoleon. Nancy Pelosi, 39 years, longer than Henry VIII. Maxine Waters, 35 years, longer than Mussolini. Bernie Sanders, 35 years, triple Hitler's entire reign. Trump, 5 years and 3 months, won the popular vote and the Electoral College. But Trump is the king. Gotcha. You don't hate kings. You hate kings that aren't yours. And Saturday, they had you in the streets carrying their water. The Democratic Party installed a president without letting you vote. Biden quit on a Sunday. By Tuesday, your queen was crowned. That is true. Kamala somehow became the nominee without a single vote from anybody ever.
Remember, that was just a head shaker. It's like, well, wait a minute.
Yeah.
You just set her on the platform, and that was it. Nobody voted.
No primary, no debate, no ballot. First time
that.
since 1968. 3 days before your March, every Senate Democrat voted against photo ID to vote. During COVID, you carried a vaccine card everywhere like a hall pass from the government just to eat at a restaurant. But getting a birth certificate or waiting 2 hours at the DMV to prove you're a citizen before you vote, well, that's oppression. The Democratic Party is pro-illegal immigration, counts non-citizens in the census. Census determines congressional seats. More non-citizens means more seats, means more power. No voter ID means no way to check. That's how you keep power without wearing a crown. Biden built a censorship machine, pressured Facebook to suppress true information, and admitted it in writing. Censored scientists. Censored doctors, censored jokes. The Biden White House told Facebook to remove humor and satire. They literally went after people for making fun of them. UK does it better, though. Everything they censored turned out to be right. They just outsourced the silencing to Silicon Valley. And it doesn't stop a speech. The extreme left justifies taking children from families. 6,000 schools rewrite children's identities without telling parents, and the state has the right to intervene. The Hitler Youth did this. Mao's Red Guards did this. The Soviets built statues of a child who reported his own father. Same playbook. During COVID, your bakery got shut down, church closed. You couldn't hold your dying mother's hand in the hospital, but thousands packed together during BLM to burn Minneapolis, and that was essential civic engagement, obviously. $2 billion in damage, 25 dead, 2,000 cops injured, 20 states burning. VP Kamala promoted a bail fund for the rioters. No investigation, no hearings. January 6th, one building, few hours, 1,000 prosecuted, 2 years of televised hearings. Kings decide which violence counts. The left has decided. Charlie Kirk spent his life walking into campuses asking for honest debate. He was assassinated. CSIS terrorism database, 2025 is the first year in 30 years that left-wing attacks outnumber right-wing, yet no one brings this up. 75% of liberal students say preventing a speaker from talking is justified. 27% say violence is acceptable. Liberals who want to Trump rallies, I never felt unsafe. The experience changed me, said liberals. These are liberals who went to Trump rallies. I saw a video over the weekend of a black guy who was going to a Trump rally, and the whole point was they were just asking on video, said, this guy, he's worried, is he going to be safe in there? And everybody in line was like, of course he is. Come on, you come with us. We'll get you in there. It's going to be great. You're going to hang out with us. It's going to be. Every single person in line was like, what do you mean? Is he going to be? Of course he's going to be safe in there. Don't be stupid. Come on, let's go.
Really? Like,
yeah.
What do you think's going to happen?
I love it. Conservatives who show up in liberal campuses get screamed at, blocked, and assassinated. One side talks, the other side screams. The Party for Socialism and Liberalism marched with you on Saturday. Their stated purpose, in their own words, revolution, not reform, Marxism. 500 groups, $3 billion in revenue, pre-printed signs. Signs were ready before you were even angry. Yeah, that was a good point. Stan Price writes that. All of that is positively insane and sadly true.
Well, and I think some of it goes to, and we've discussed it, Richard, it's the policies of conservatives. It comes down to just common sense. You know, being a good human being, having common sense, and knowing what this country was founded on and try to continue that. All this left stuff that happened under the Biden administration is absolutely insane, and it's still what we're looking at. You'd actually have a rally against Trump but not know what you're there to rally against. You have no idea.
The lack of critical thinking, which I think was done by design. You know, we've somehow created a whole couple of generations of people who, when you ask them, you're marching here, you've taken some time out of your day, you came to this rally, you're dealing with large crowds, you're carrying a sign, what exactly are you protesting? Mm-hmm. And they can't answer, and you go, well, then what are you doing here? I mean, this is, if you honestly can't answer.
You put on some blinders and just be pulled around, because that's exactly what's happening.
I would like to point out, by the way, and give kudos where kudos are due. Very little violence.
Yeah.
There was some arrests in L.A. Some folks tried to attack an ICE facility there. But for the most part, this was a very large and very peaceful protest, which is great, which is why, by the way, there weren't arrests and nobody was shot, and you didn't end up with, anybody taking folks down in the streets or throwing tear gas or anything like that. Again, living proof that you don't have a king, that you're able to do that and nobody's going to stop you. It is its own experience in hypocrisy when you get right down to it.
Yeah, and I don't think that they understand that at all. Otherwise, there would be no need to go to the rally. You're like, why would I go to the rally?
Yeah. Unless
there's going to be violence and chaos.
I saw something.
It doesn't make any sense at all.
Somebody had posted on X, living proof that MAGA doesn't really exist. Where were the counter-protest rallies?
There's no need to be there. We don't need to. No one in MAGA doesn't need to counter-protest.
We elected the guy. He's in charge.
Right.
There's no need to. Yeah.
Most Americans got what they wanted.
Right.
Donald Trump in office.
You know who protests? People are unhappy. Rest of us are fine. We're all like,
he's in.
Yeah, you're good. Never mind.
Yeah.
9:15 with Dixon and Vining, Parrot Structural Services, parrotss.com, 668-2626. When your foundation starts to slide, when it ain't doing what it's supposed to do, and it's not holding up the rest of the house, at least not the way you'd like it to. Parrot Structural is on the case. You can get them out there. They'll take a good, long look at your foundation. They'll tell you about what's happening with your cracking, your crumbling, your leaning, your sinking, your failing, your falling. They can diagnose it and give you a prognosis and have a fix implemented before you can say, Bob's your uncle. And if Bob's not your uncle, they can still do it that quickly. What you do need to do is have them come by and take a look, though. And that is a free. It absolutely costs nothing to give them a call, 668-2626, and come by and give you Now, what they're going to do is they're going to say, get a structural engineer. That's going to cost you money, but then you can be absolutely certain that what we're telling you is true because they want you to feel comfortable with that. Not a lot of people in this industry do that. Parrot Structural Services, parrotss.com, 668-2626. Yeah, these guys are licensed, they're bonded, they're insured, and they're E-Verify compliant. Well, that's got a.
People said I look just
Sounds
like
like
him.
John Bird.
Yeah, they said I looked just like him back in the day. You know, I mean,
Like who?
Rick Springfield.
Like
but I
who?
mean, like Rick
I
Springfield.
was thinking that was like an '80s icon, but I don't remember this song. Now I can hear it now. There you go. That's another reason he should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and will never be. They'll never let him in.
Not fair.
So unfair. 922 with Dixon Dividing Talk 99.5 and Talk995.com. Thanks a whole heap and helping for hanging out with us today. We appreciate 13 hours of live and local programming every day here on Talk 99.5. We don't do that for fun.
No.
All right, we kind of do it for fun.
Well, we do it.
It's a little bit fun.
Yeah, it is fun.
Come to think of it, it's a lot of fun. That's the whole reason we do it, is for fun.
Mm-hmm.
We
Just
don't,
for fun?
We don't do it for you. We do it for us. We do it for ourselves. That's the
Really?
whole reason.
I don't know
That's
why
my
you're
story, and
here. That's your story.
What are you trying to say? You don't know why I'm here.
No, they all
Ouch.
enjoy it. We all
That
enjoy
hurts.
it.
That's, wow.
If Richard says he just
It's
does it for
uncalled
himself,
Yeah.
I'm like, well,
Man.
that's awfully selfish.
He kids.
Fran from Curry says, welcome back, Richard. Glad you're feeling better and back as Team Dixon Vining. Valerie did great as always, but just not the same without you both together for your morning show. The best. Have a great day, all.
Thanks, Fran.
Signed, Fran.
Yeah.
What she was saying is that you without me, just not
We're
that
just-
good.
Yeah,
That's
it's
what I
like
was hearing.
Peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah.
One without the other is no
Exact-
good. Well, I take that
yeah.
back. Peanut butter's really good.
Okay.
Smooth. I'm the peanut butter. You're the jelly.
Oh, you're the peanut butter. Ouch.
Yes, we missed you. And
I
again,
think,
it
I think I'm the
always,
peanut butter because I'm nuts.
it's kind of higgly-biggly when one of us is gone, because we got our little routine, our little groove on, right, Richard?
Yes.
Yeah.
We understand each other. We have the shorthand.
Yeah.
We do the G and Haw thing. Jenny says, Richard, can you tell us where you got the Stan Price quote from? That was great. I just found it on a Facebook post from a friend of mine. So I guess you would go to your favorite search engine and type in Stan Price, no Kings. You'll get something. Anyone attended comment on the Jerry Seinfeld show at the concert hall? Wish I could have made it, says David. I've not heard anybody. I saw him when he was here last. It was in September a couple of years ago. Went with my buddy Sam from Family Pet Cremation. We enjoyed it immensely. It was not, I don't know. He wasn't exactly phoning it in. He was not as funny as some of the other people that I see nowadays working.
Maybe he didn't feel well. Maybe he wasn't 100% that night.
I think his comedy is kind of dated. He does his thing, and he broke out some stuff from like literally 30 years ago. And I'm just like, I know this entire routine from start to finish, and he's doing this
Same thing.
30 years late. I'm like, but is that any different than going to see Boston and them playing More Than a Feeling? You kind of expect it, don't you?
You do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I get why a comedian might get up and do some of their greatest hits as well as some newer stuff.
It was like James Gregory.
Yeah.
James Gregory used to do.
Oh, yeah.
He would throw in some new stuff.
He would
but
say,
everybody
man,
loved his old stuff.
if
So
you
they're like,
don't,
say it again.
they would get angry with you. He would tell me, he'd go like, you have to do some of this stuff,
A little
otherwise
of it.
they're
Yeah.
at the end. They're
I
not
don't,
gonna
I
be
don't mind a
didn't-
few new jokes, but I want to hear some of the because he tells them so well.
Oh, sure.
You know?
Yeah. I don't know. I went to see Brian Regan. My sides hurt. I mean, the next day I woke up, I was like in pain. I laughed so hard at that show. Did not have that experience with Jerry Seinfeld, so that was a little disappointing. But there have been some other, great names that I've seen. Gaffigan, when he played at the Mercedes Amphitheater, he did all new stuff. He wrapped it up with the Hot Pocket bit.
Oh, yeah.
And I thought, he knows his audience. He's in Alabama. He knows we want to hear this. And so he stuck that at the very end, which was classic. And he did it
anything
exactly the way
food-related
it
would work well in Alabama.
Oh, you know that's going to fly, man.
Bring it.
What if we took a Pop-Tart and shoved some nasty meat in
Speaking of Pop-Tarts, while you were gone, do you know they have a double stuffed Pop-Tart now?
I actually had that in our food talk coming up, but
so
you
sorry.
probably already addressed it, didn't you?
No,
You didn't?
we never
right.
got to it, I think.
We will get
Thursday
to it.
or Friday, I was
We
like, we were going
will
to get to it.
Get to it.
It's like,
Richard
oh my
says, yes,
gosh.
Val is creamy. Oh, come on.
Whoa.
Yeah. Well,
That's
I mean,
creepy.
Yes.
See, but I would be the peanut butter with nuts. Mm-hmm.
No.
Uh-huh. 545-9950 if you'd like to save us from this conversation.
Thank
that would
you
be
very
great.
much.
We'd very much appreciate
Can we
that.
take a right-hand turn, please?
In the meantime, how about this? Donald Trump is blasting Iran for executing the 19-year-old wrestling champ. They killed him because he spoke up. He was a wrestling champ. They killed him. He He was fantastic. He was a fantastic wrestler. I saw him a couple of times. I saw him with Macho Man Randy Savage. He was
No,
not
wrong
that
guy.
kind of wrestling.
No.
Completely different kind of
They
wrestling.
should have never gone back.
Yeah, terrible thing. But here you go. You want to talk about no kings? This is a dictatorship. If you are out there marching and you're thinking we never should have gone to war with Iran, remember that they killed a 19-year-old wrestler because he said, "I don't agree with my government on this issue."
And you're dead.
And you got to walk and march and carry signs against your government, and nobody killed you. Moby, the electronic musician guy, not a big fan.
No?
No.
Don't care for Moby?
No. He is actually a direct descendant of Herman Melville. Did you know that?
No, I did not.
That's why he called himself Moby. That's a true story. Look it up, John. Look it up.
It's not.
I don't think that's.
It is true. Look it up.
Tells me.
You'll find out. But he was talking about the song Lola by the Kinks. And he said, it's just really dated and it's transphobic.
Transphobic? Oh, come on.
Yeah, excuse me. This is one of those where you go, did you listen to the lyrics? I'm not the world's most passionate man, but I know what I am, and I'm glad I'm a man, and so is Lola. It doesn't seem to bother this guy that he picked up another guy who dressed like a woman, walks like a woman and talks like a man, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It's like, Moby, what are you talking about? The Davies brothers are like, this guy's an idiot. Well, actually, one of the Davies brothers are like, this guy's an idiot. He didn't listen to the music. This is Ray and Dave Davies, the leaders of the Kinks, in case you didn't know who I'm talking about. And one of them, I think it was Ray Davies, was like, no, listen to the lyrics. The man's not bothered. It was within a time. Transphobic wasn't even a word back then, nor does it appear as though the person behind this song was at all bothered by the experience. It seems to have been a positive experience for him. These things all have backstories that these kids don't even know about, and I don't know why he's even mouthing off about it. And his brother Dave Davies said, who the hell's Moby? So both of those, I think, were great quotes.
Well, it sounds so many times, you don't know what's in the artist's mind and heart. And it seems like you're trying to read between lines that aren't even there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
I
why don't
agree.
you ask the artist who wrote the song what they meant by that instead of just forming your own opinion?
Well,
Sometimes your opinion's wrong about what they meant.
No, it's absolutely ridiculous to
It
me
is.
that it would, makes zero sense. Look at this. Musician Moby Richard Melville Hall has long claimed to be a great-great-great-grandnephew of Moby Dick author Herman Melville, which inspired his nickname. However, a 2023 investigation by the Genealogy Detective podcast found no evidence of this familial link, suggesting the claimed connection is likely not true.
Well, good try.
Yeah. 9:36, Dixon Dividing Talk 99.5 Talk and 99.5.com. I think that's the first big one for the Doobie Brothers with Michael McDonald, right? That was probably one of the early hits with him when they turned a little blue-eyed soul there. Then later came back and hit the rock thing hard. And now they're touring again. In fact, a new album coming out, or came out already, had Michael McDonald on it.
I think they're up in Huntsville. They're performing.
Some more touring going on.
They need to come back through Birmingham. I'd
wanna
see
see
them
them again?
again.
Really?
Yep, I played this for Valerie.
I would go see them again in a heartbeat.
Okay.
I mean, just
I've seen them a number of times. I'm like, I feel pretty comfortable with the number of times I've seen the Doobie Brothers.
some at the city stages, and then when we were all out at Oak Mountain, saw them at Oak Mountain, and I don't know. I just one of my all-time favorites.
I do love them. Another group that are they in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? If they're not, they ought to be. If not, there's a real problem there. Somebody needs a talking to.
They do need a talking
to. It is
to.
9:37 with Dixon Dividing.
Little rain in the forecast, and I say that because I would love for you to get to know Daniel at Noble Contractors for all your gutter needs, all your gutter cover needs, anything to do with repair of a fascia or soffit, rotten rafter tails. You're thinking to yourself, oh, gosh, who do I call about that? It is so nice to know Daniel at Noble Contractors. Call him today at 422-3034. Now, I know a lot of you are really interested in these gutter covers, and I understand why. Daniel has even posted something up on Facebook about some of the reasons that you should get the gutter covers. The number one thing is you don't want to get up on a ladder, and there you are trying to get the leaves and debris out of the gutter. It happens every season. The leaves are going to fall a couple of times a year. You may need to be doing this. So if you have the gutter covers, man, oh man, does this make things easy. Prevent clogs and the overflow, reduces the need for frequent cleanings. It also protects your roof and foundation. It does so many different things. So go ahead and call Daniel and get a free quote. Now, I want you to know this too, because he is here local. He is probably going to give you an estimate that is less than some of these big national companies that you see. The other nice thing is Noble now offers financing. It is available to you as low as 0% for 21 months. So if you need gutter covers, if you need repair done on your current gutters, Daniel can take care of you. A veteran of the military, you will love the work that he does. I have seen it. I've had family and friends have this experience where they said, I've never seen anything like it. The price was right, and he did a great job. His crew did a great job, and you will love it too. Noble Contractors, ALA.com is where you can find him. They are on Facebook, and you can call them. Put this number in your phone anytime you need anything with gutters related to your home. 205-422-3034 for Noble Contractors.
Doobie Brothers in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as of 2020.
Yay.
Should
have
probably,
been before then.
Why, I missed it. Yes, 50 years they were recognized for 50 years. Tom Johnston, Patrick Simmons, Michael McDonald, Jeff Skunkmaster, John McPhee, John Hartman, Michael Hosick, Keith Knutson, and Tyrone Porter were all the members that were inducted there. So I'm glad that they got in, but you're right. That was like crazy.
That seems a little late, but okay.
Crazy
They're
late.
in.
Hey, the Jeff joke of the day returns. Are you ready for this?
Jeff, what's with this inconsistency?
I need some answers. They put a new machine in my gym. I had to stop using it because it made me sick. It had everything. Snickers, Reese's, M&Ms.
That's cute.
It's a classic Rodney Dangerfield joke.
That's very good.
Like, my wife, she's attached to a machine that keeps her alive. The refrigerator.
Oh!
Classic. Let's talk to Philip in Sylacauga, who has a cooking tip for me. I can hardly wait to hear it.
What's
Philip,
up,
you're
Philip?
on Talk 99.5 with Dixon Dividing. What's up?
Good morning, y'all. How's it going?
We're just putting on a little radio show. You?
Just listen to a little radio show.
Okay, good.
First off, I'm glad you're feeling better. Second off, I'm gonna go kind of fast. One of your sponsors, Mr. Pelletieri's, I've up to the point now where I'm buying it by the half-gallon bottle.
I do the same thing, man.
Sure,
Yeah, I love that marinade. Love it.
I did some country backbones about a week ago. I put on marinade that morning. We didn't do them that night, so we did them the next night. And say marinade about 32, 33 hours, and they were incredible. But I did learn something from you here a while back as far as doing ribs or baby backs, as far as peeling the membrane off the back.
Mm-hmm.
which absolutely works incredibly well. But it is a pain in the butt, try and get a knife and start that membrane on the back,
Mm-hmm.
and then get paper towels to peel them. Well, I found the perfect tool.
Yeah.
Next time you're around, like Academy Sports and Outdoors, Walmart, or whatever, go to the fishing section and get you a pair of catfish skinning pliers.
Ah.
If you've ever skinned a catfish, it have fine little. They're not cutting jaws, but you take them, and once you get a little bit of edge, start on the very top of it. Take them catfish skinning pliers, and you take. The catfish skin is actually thinner than the membrane on the back of the ribs,
Right.
Whether it's booking ribs or the baby backs, and then slip it right down like peeling the skin off a banana.
Love it. A fantastic idea. There's more than one way to skin a catfish, from what I heard.
That's back.
Beautiful,
It's
Philip.
like $10, and you'll use them forever.
I am all over it.
Yeah, it works.
Like a pit bull on a
Yeah,
toddler.
you
I love that
You got a
idea.
birthday coming
works
up.
Thank
very,
you, man.
very
I
well.
do, yes,
Maybe
in
somebody will
September.
get you some
Thank
of
you, Philip.
those.
Appreciate that.
Mhm.
That's great. That Pelletieri's marinade, by the way, which we don't talk about enough, is that it is a low-sodium marinade. It has lower sodium than the other brand's low-sodium versions.
Yeah, because a lot of times they're loaded. It's just really high.
It can be so salty when you use one of those other name brands. I couldn't find any Pelletieri's once, and I bought a bottle of one of their competitors and regretted it almost instantly. I used a little bit out of it. I ran across it in the refrigerator the other day. It's still like 9/10 full, and I just trashed it. I was like, now that I bought my half gallon of Pelletieri's and
You're in
keep it
good
in the
shape.
fridge, use it all the time. Real difference between those things. You don't think there is, but there is. Okay, so here's the scoop, kids. There's a new pizza style taking over.
Oh, yeah.
It's called Columbus Style Pizza. Columbus, Ohio. It is actually what they call an edge-to-edge round pizza. It has very little crust. It's got a crust underneath it, obviously, and it's a thin crust, but not like cracker thin, okay? It's cut tavern style into squares and rectangles.
I like that.
And it is actually, remember the Pizza Hut used to have a thing called the edge. It would go like all the way. The toppings went all the way out to the edge, which I appreciate. I've never been a fan of what they call the pizza bones, the little crust pieces at the end. I'll eat them, don't get me wrong.
Load that sucker up, right?
Yeah, I'm kind of like, let's not waste any space here. Let's make sure we get it all.
So that every bite you get whatever, it is topping-wise you wanted.
And what they use mostly is, they say cracker-like crust, but it's not as crackery as some. And they use more of a Monterey Jack rather than, they use a combination of Monterey Jack and mozzarella, sometimes more Monterey Jack than mozzarella, which really has a lot of flavor to it. Interestingly, I know Uncle G's is like, we're all about the Monterey Jack down here. Don't get me wrong. We love mozzarella, but Monterey Jack is where it's at. And you might not even know that you're eating that on a pizza until somebody actually tells you that. But no dough ring. So we make sure the sauce, cheese, and toppings cover the entire surface of the pizza. And this is becoming all the rage. Hey, I like Detroit style. I like Chicago style. I like New York style. Basically, if it's pizza, I'm on board. The only thing I don't like is like California style where they're like, oh, look, it's got artichoke hearts on it. Get that out of my face. I'm not
No
interested.
artichoke? I like artichoke hearts.
I like artichoke hearts. I don't want them on my pizza.
Yeah.
I'll eat a heart of artichoke. I'll strangle an artichoke. I will choke an artichoke to get that heart. That does not bother me at all.
Yeah, the heart is what you want.
It's the only kind, the only part really that's worthwhile. There is new Coca-Cola flavors coming out, and they're throwing some fruity stuff your way.
Fruity?
Fruity.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. I'm not that big a fan of it, They're like, okay, we're going to do a cherry thing.
Cherry I'm kind of done with.
Yeah.
Right? They've done that.
It has been done to death. And then they also got the zero sugar version of it. You always have to throw that in. And then they're going to have some other mixtures of, and this is, by the way, all happening at the freestyle machine at the AMC Theater.
Great. So we have even more choices to make, huh?
So that the line is longer. Exactly.
We're not bitter, though.
That's what we're after.
Oh.
Get up there in the first 30 seconds or whatever comes out as the last guy's choice. And you're
like, hey, could you move along? Or step aside until you can figure out what it is that you want.
Step aside, please.
Step aside.
Step aside.
Move out of my way.
Step aside, please. All right, some people got together and they tried it, And they have a review now
Okay.
of these super stuffed Pop-Tarts.
Here it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Super stuffed toasted pastries.
Mm-hmm. We've been saying that
Yes.
they've been a little thin on the filler.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Super stuffed Pop-Tarts, or as we like to call them, Pop-Tarts from the olden days.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
The original.
Right away, there's a major difference. These pastries are fragile. It was hard to get one out of the sleeve without at least part of the crust breaking off. We need an engineer on the case. That was always the case. Remember that?
Yeah,
You know,
they
when the
would
thing
break
up, and you had to
off.
be very careful to slide it out of there because there was so much filling that they just reduced the filling to this thin little layer now. Super stuffed molten lava cake. Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Probably the closest resembling an existing Pop-Tart's flavor, similar to frosted chocolate fudge. It explodes with a rich chocolatey flavor, but the filling is where it really shines, which tastes a lot like brownie batter. Wouldn't be my first choice for breakfast, but as a dessert, I would give it a go. Second up was super stuffed cinnamon caramel.
Mm.
And a surprising departure from the fan favorite cinnamon brown sugar. This super stuffed version swaps in caramel, making it extra sweet. As a full-grown adult, I found it a little too sweet for my taste, but I can imagine kids loving it. Texturally, though, this was the standout. The filling was the gooeyest and most satisfying, while the other two flavors had a less viscous, grainier filling. I'm always concerned about the viscosity of my
Visky,
Pop-Tart
yeah,
filling. Yeah,
grainy,
I want that to be.
Viscosity.
Yeah.
No.
Mm-hmm. And then the super stuffed strawberry blast.
Yum.
Proves you can't go wrong with a classic. This was hands down my favorite of the bunch. The jammy filling really shone through and is a big part of the classic Pop-Tart iteration. If any flavor could sway me toward the super stuffed variety, it would be this one. Overall, most Delish editors had similar feelings about the new super stuffed Pop-Tarts. I never thought I'd say it, but sometimes there's too much of a good thing, said Gabby Romero. The pastry to filling ratio was off, and save for the molten lava cake, the fillings were all so sweet. But if I still had the sugar tolerance I had as a kid, I'd probably feel differently. Yeah, I could see that. Super stuffed Pop-Tarts. We run across them. We're doing a taste test.
Oh, absolutely, we should.
We run across those. I don't care what kind of diet we're on.
I'll bring the
We're
toaster.
doing
You
it.
bring the Pop-Tarts.
Bring it, baby. Bring it. I can't believe you actually want to toast them.
Yes.
Okay.
You want to put them in the microwave?
Well, you usually put them in the microwave.
I'll put them in the
don't you?
microwave. Forget it then.
I just eat them right out of the package.
Oh,
I don't have time
gotta,
for toasting.
come on.
No.
Just come on. That nice warm Pop-Tart. Is there anything better? Now it's double stuffed. Yeah.
The Brian Regan bit about the instructions on the back of the Pop-Tart box. How is it more than one step? Go ahead, toast them. I mean, what are you reading this for?
You really don't need that.
Toast the Pop-Tarts.
Just toast it.
And last but not least, a collab between Crumble Cookies and M&M's. Yeah,
Seriously.
just what you needed.
No, I don't need it, but I would like it.
Nobody needs it.
No.
Yikes. Oh, but I'd be all over that, man. I told you my favorite ice cream thing is the ice cream sandwich with two M&M cookies on either side, one on either side of that thing.
Oh.
It's just, I mean, half of one of that is like more than your daily calorie allowance. Just stop. You should stop right there. But
They're so good.
so good. 9:50 with Dixon and Vining, and we've got a Dixon and Vining question of the day coming your way next, and it is a good one, so don't go away. Eagle Eye Cherry. His one big hit, which was riding on the coattails of his sister Nina Cherry, who had a few hits. This one's still getting played. Her stuff not so much, strangely.
Yeah, not so much.
9:55, Dixon of Finding, Talk 99.5, talk995.com. When you are not riding on any coattails, when you are just having trouble dragging yourself through the day because the testosterone level just ain't there, the Alabama Men's Clinic is ready to help you. You can visit their website, alabamamensclinic.com, and make an appointment there in 30 seconds or less. You can also read personal testimonials from people who have experienced the Alabama Men's Clinic, have changed their lives by getting their testosterone back where it needs to be and fixing their ED problems, maybe getting the hair loss and the weight loss thing taken care of. There's a lot of folks who have been helped by the Alabama Men's Clinic. It's urology-backed science. It is powered by Men's Pro, and these guys know their business. The Alabama Men's Clinic, they treat you as a whole person, and they really are completely different than any other doctor you've ever attended. Trust me on this. Alabama Men's Clinic, 598-7000, or online at alabamamensclinic.com. Make an appointment. Either way, your life could start changing for the better by later this week. Let's do this, shall we?
Dixon and Vining's question of the day.
All right, you never know how these things are going to go. I asked this one trepidatiously. The Dixon and Vining question of the day is, what word was mispronounced by a child in your house years ago and is now said that way all the time? Turns out a lot of people have these in their world. We get a lot of answers. John, do you have anything of this kind?
Well, yes, you actually said it earlier.
Yep.
Pescetti.
Pescetti.
Yes, I still say that. I used to joke and say that, and now I can't say
You can't say it the
real
right
way.
way.
Yeah,
You've
sad.
forgotten how to say it.
It's pronounced spaghetti-os. What about you, Valerie?
Instead of quesadilla,
Yeah.
it's quesadilla.
Yeah.
Yes.
So somebody just read that incorrectly at one point, and that's
Just,
the way it's
we're
been
going
from
with
that
Dilla.
point on.
Yeah, I was like, okay.
I have an Aunt Virginia. Aunt Virgie is what she wanted to be called, and my oldest sister could not actually pronounce that, so she became Auntie Birdie very quickly. And
Auntie Birdie.
I just saw her at my mom's memorial service this past July. Guess what? Still Auntie Birdie. Still calls
Well,
herself
that's
that.
like a
Everyone
nickname
in the family
now.
still calls
it's
her
just
that.
like a nickname.
Yeah, but I mean, we could have fixed it.
You could have.
We
but you
chose
didn't.
not to.
Yeah.
We were
It's
like, we're
stuck.
sticking with it.
Yeah.
We're sticking with Auntie Birdie. That's her name from now on. Mark says neck-headed equals naked. Okay. Somebody said that at some point. Gungle bean for bumblebee. That's from Kimberly. Let me get a Pescetti here. Gurney was how my brother pronounced granny. Cherry says, I could not say broccoli, so I asked for trees. My mom figured it out. I still call them that.
Oh, that's
Still
hilarious.
having some trees.
Honey,
for
we're
lunch.
having trees and steak for dinner.
My niece called the preacher the creature, said Tracy. When my niece was little, she called her appetite her appletite. Oh, that's not unusual. Getting a real
Sweet.
appetite here. Let's see. When I was a toddler in the 50s, I called Captain Kangaroo Cackanroo. That name stuck with my family.
Cackanroo.
Cackanroo. Yeah. My son used to say, I'm honkin' now, Mommy, meaning he was hungry, and now we all use the word when we're hungry.
honkin'.
I'm honkin'.
Honkin'.
Let's see. I'm trying to just sort of generically pick through these. Abacachoo. My brothers and I would say it every time we would sneeze, and it drove my mom crazy. I still do it at 65. Yeah,
Abacachoo.
yeah. My brother, he turned 70 this September, right? Again, at my mom's memorial service this past July, he broke out one we hadn't heard in quite a while, which was Kleenex. As a child, could not say the word Kleenex. He called it a Nenox, still calls it a Nenox. 70 years old. I need a Nenox. Yeah. Couldn't say
that's
Kleenex for
funny.
some reason. I don't know. Let's see. As a kid, one of us couldn't say grandmother. It came out mother instead of mother, and she's now mother.
I think that's why
grandma's
grandparents have those little nicknames,
Yeah.
because grandmother and grandfather was too much for
Hard to say.
little kids.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Pawpaw and Meemaw. And,
It's just something simple.
yeah. Fruit Loops is forever Foo-Foops. Snarburst for Starburst candy. The Chevron Shell station on 261 in Pelham is the Grapehead store for our family.
Oh, that's great.
Okay.
Got to make a stop there.
Quash for washcloth. It's a good one. Straw babies. Once on the interstate, our daughter kept pointing out the window, going, dumb bleep. And it was a dump truck. Yeah, you get it. Fruiton. All right, we're out of here. Back tomorrow, dark and early, 6 a.m. Bye-bye now.